The best part of flight training is obviously flying the plane. However, it's super easy to fall behind on the ground school and the studying because that's just not as much fun. This is part 11, mistakes I made in flight training so you don't have to. Nobody really likes digging into the books that much, especially compared to flying, and if you do, you're psycho, okay? An easy way to spend more time and more money on your flight training is to fall behind in your ground studies and just continue scheduling flight lessons. When I was working on my private especially, I got really behind on my ground school. I was just scheduling lessons and not really doing any studying. I would have greatly benefited from doing the ground school, maybe even before any of my flight training, so I would have had a better all-around kind of general knowledge of what aviation is. So not only is that overall knowledge going to help you progress more quickly through your training, but sometimes people will get to a point in their training where they're thinking about a check ride, but they have to wait because they haven't finished their written. It really sucks because at that point when you're waiting to get your written done, are you going to keep spending money on doing flight lessons or are you going to take a break? If you take a break, you're going to lose some of those skills. You're not going to be as proficient when you get back in the plane. So I would just encourage people to do the studying, do maybe some ground school before doing the flying portion or as early as you can, because it will help your training process. You'll understand aviation a lot better at that point. Definitely don't wait until the end to do your written, because then you might have to spend more money on your flight training, or you take a break and you might lose your proficiency. I know it's a lot more fun to fly the plane than do the studies. I was there at one point. Actually, I'm still there. Everybody is there. You got to be disciplined though.